Sindbad the Sailor was a young man who lived in the city of Baghdad. Baghdad was a big and busy city with many people, many shops, and many ships. Sindbad came from a good family. His father was a rich merchant. His father worked very hard and earned a lot of money. When his father died, Sindbad got all the money. At first, Sindbad did not think about work. He spent money every day. He bought good food, nice clothes, and he had many parties with friends. He was happy, but only for a short time. Soon all the money was gone. One day, Sindbad sat in his house and felt very sad. He said to himself that he was foolish. He remembered his father and felt ashamed. He knew he had to work and earn money again. Sindbad decided to become a merchant like his father. He decided to travel by sea and trade goods. He went to his uncle and told him about his plan. His uncle listened and told him to be brave and careful. The next day, Sindbad went to the port of Baghdad. The port was full of ships and sailors. Sindbad joined a ship with other merchants. They put goods on the ship and got ready to sail. Soon the ship left the port and sailed into the big blue sea. At first, Sindbad was very happy. He loved the sea air, the strong wind, and the sound of the water. He felt free and excited. He walked on the ship and looked at the sea all day. But after many days, he started to feel tired. All he could see was water and sky. There was no land anywhere. Sindbad wanted to walk on land again. One day a sailor shouted that he saw an island. Everyone was very happy. The ship moved closer to the island. It looked green and beautiful. There were trees and plants. The merchants decided to stop there and rest. They got off the ship and made a fire. Sindbad also got off the ship. He walked into the forest because he wanted to look around. The place was very quiet. Sindbad felt that something was strange, but he did not know why. Suddenly, the ground began to move. The trees shook, and the land moved like water. Sindbad was very afraid. He ran back to the ship as fast as he could, but he was too far away. The land was not an island. It was a very big whale. The whale had slept on the sea for a very long time. Over time, trees and plants grew on its back, and people thought it was land. When the fire burned on its back, the whale woke up and went down into the sea. The merchants were scared and ran to the ship. They quickly sailed away because they were afraid to die. They did not see Sindbad. Sindbad ran, but suddenly the land went down into the water. He fell into the sea. Sindbad thought he would die, but he saw a piece of wood and held on to it. The sea carried him far away. He floated on the sea for many days and nights. He was hungry, thirsty, and very tired. Finally, the water took him to another island. Sindbad reached the land and fell asleep because he had no strength left. When he woke up, he felt very hungry. There was no food near him. He looked around and saw a tall tree. He decided to climb it to see the land. From the top, he saw water and green land. He was happy to be alive. Soon he heard a sound. It was the sound of horses. Sindbad climbed down and saw men with horses. They were workers of the king of the island. They came there once a year to feed the king's horses. The men saw Sindbad and were surprised. They asked him who he was. Sindbad told them his story. At first, they did not believe him. They thought he was sick or hurt. They gave him food and water. After that, they listened to him again. They felt sorry for him and decided to help him. They took Sindbad to the city of the island. The city was small but clean and nice. The people were kind. Sindbad met the king. The king listened carefully to Sindbad's story about the whale and the sea. The king said the sea was full of mystery and danger. He said Sindbad was brave. The king asked his men to take care of Sindbad. Sindbad stayed on the island for many weeks. He wanted to work and not be a burden. The king gave him a job at the port. Sindbad wrote down the names of merchants and goods. He worked well and was thankful. But after some time, Sindbad felt bored. He missed his home in Baghdad. He missed his friends and his old life. One day, a ship from Baghdad came to the port. Sindbad saw the goods and recognized them. The sailors talked about a merchant named Sindbad who was lost at sea. Sindbad told them that he was that man. At first, they did not believe him. Then he told them about the whale. They believed him. Sindbad went to the king and told him he wanted to go home. The king was kind. He paid Sindbad for his work and gave him gifts. Sindbad thanked the king. He got on the ship and sailed back to Baghdad. When he reached home, he was very happy. He learned that the sea was full of danger and wonder, and his first voyage taught him an important lesson.